Hey right guys, Treasure Hunters Joe here, and today we are watching and reacting to episode 12 of All of Us Are Dead Season 1, which is of course the finale to the first season. Very curious how this season's going to wrap up, if they kind of leave it open for a season 2, or if it's like a closed book, and they'll just pick up a season 2, I guess, because this has been a very popular show for Netflix, so I'm assuming they're going to get greenlit for a second season. We'll see, but I'm curious how it's going to end either way. We will, of course, be doing a character tier list as well, which I'm going to probably film tomorrow or the day after, and rank not every character we've seen in the show because there's been a lot, but we'll do a decent amount. I think there's been about 30 characters of relevance, maybe like 25. There's been a big chunk of characters, so we'll definitely do a tier list for that. I wasn't going to, I didn't plan on it, and then around episode 7 I was like, you know what, I actually kind of like these characters. And speaking for the show as a whole, I will say, like, the show, I've gotten more into it as the episodes went on. I feel like a lot of shows I'm like really into it early and then it kind of loses it, where this one was a bit different, where I started off, first episode I was into it, 2 was fine, and then I think it was like 3, 4, 5 I was like, I'm not sure about this kind of thing. Like, I was giving it still good ratings because they did have good scenes, but then I think it was around episode 6 where I was like, you know, I'm actually starting to get on board on it. And then I think that the scene that actually solidified it for me was when they were all around the campfire on the rooftop, and it was kind of like where the group finally formed as one like really good group to have as a main protagonist for the character. Because I wouldn't really say there's like a main character with this show, which I did like about it. It was just like that kind of group of the school kids, and just them trying to jump from room to room to room. But as their bond kind of got stronger, I felt like my enjoyment for the show did as well. So yeah, I'm happy to do a character tier list, and I'm happy with this first season. I think it's, you know, last episode was the only really great episode, but I feel like what damaged it for me, and I still stand by this for a majority of the episode, was it was just too long. It's too long of a season. This should have been 10 episodes, 45 minutes each episode, and this would have been way better. I feel like I'm looking at a lot of the scenes now, especially characters' journeys where they died anyway and just felt a bit pointless. Like, we're getting 10, 15 minutes of certain characters and they just end up either dead or they're doing things that don't even matter. It's just like, what was the point in as an example, the first 2 episodes we've watched this girl, she turned out to be pregnant, she gave birth to a CGI baby, then she died, then the detective found the CGI baby, and then he was going to leave with the CGI baby, but then another girl came anyway, and then he's going to leave with her, but then the vlogger was there. So it's just kind of like, you've got this journey of, because they have to pad for 12 episodes with this detective, so they just throw in all these things that he's got to deal with. But it was just like, if it was 10 episodes, he could have had one problem for him to deal with instead of like 3. So little things like that, and there's been plenty of others as well, like the firefighter taking the absolute piss to get to the school somehow, even with the main group having to jump from room to room to room and not actually leaving the school because they have to pad to 12 episodes. But for the most part, I think it's made use of the time. I'd say, like I say, out of the episodes, I'd say 40 to 45 minutes are really good, and then you have about 15 minutes in there that are a bit, that's what I was saying, like it could have been cut down. But either way, really enjoyed the season. I'm curious how it's going to end. So episode 12, if you enjoy, remember to leave a like. If you're new, remember to subscribe, and if you do want the uncut reactions to All of Us Are Dead, then link to the Patreon page will be in the description and one of the comments down below. Let me know your favourite episode of the season, what you liked about it, what you didn't, and we'll talk more about the characters. I'm not going to talk too much about the characters in this video because I'm going to save that obviously for the character tier list. So yeah, let's do this. People have been recommending a Korean show, I think it's called My Name or something like that. I was debating, I don't know anything about it, but I was debating maybe starting that up. I think it's called that anyway. Not yet, it'll be a couple of weeks, but if that's what people want. Just, no, my guy! Don't. If he dies this time, I'll cry. I'll not be happy. I do feel like this is one of those shows where, like, no one's safe. No one. You've just killed off, arguably, who could be perceived as the main character. Jeez. Question, would this building even really be standing? If there was a bomb And what, these poles are stood up still? I don't know much about bombs and constructed buildings, but... She's crying. When she shows emotion, it's a rare sight. When she cries, you know it's sad. Oh, the squirrel survived. Yes, there's hope. Thing is, if they see that group, they're gonna kill the girl who's a half zombie. It's like, why would they risk it? Oh yeah, he would have. The general would have thought he'd bombed all these characters as well, because he knew they were on the roof.
묶어놓은 거 같은데. 누가 이렇게 착한 짓을 해놨어? 10만인가? 10만이가 누구예요?
Why does the girl in the pink jumper get the cool body armor? She's the most useless out of everyone here. The firefighter. Someone mentioned, by the way, on Patreon, I don't know if it's true, but like the firefighter got bit in episode 10 in the construction site, and that's why he like sacrificed himself. So my whole rant from the last step means nothing, as it always does. Yeah, because him like sacrificed himself in the tennis court. But I just don't get how he went from the construction site to the tennis, saved them, went to the tennis court, and he showed no signs of infection. Like he was, what, like an hour and a bit, and he was fine. But what, I don't know. Oh, they're still here. The first zombies.
잘 보존해서 이송해. 절대 놓치거나 손상되면 안 돼.
Why? Why transport him? Just kill them. This is why the outbreak's going to happen again. Because the government get greedy and curious and think of ways how they can make money. So they're transporting the virus, and it's like, just shoot him in the face. Why are we counting them? Just go in a building and hide. Okay, let's stand in the street and count them. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, now we're saying run. There we go. There we go. Probably did wasted about 30 seconds. Yeah. It's not be dramatic, I know. Oh, die! Maybe they go to the pink jumper or die. She's definitely going to fall. Look, my guy is wounded and he hasn't fell over because he's a king. Okay. I was... You know what? Why do I say anything? Why do I say anything? She's ready to kill some zombies. Yeah, she's just like, pipe that. Where's the bow and arrow? Did she lose it? This is a bad idea. Oh no! Damn. I'm using a bin lid as a shield. Hit him in the head! All we need is her to throw him about. There we go. Yes! I thought he was gonna rip his head off. Not as cool as I thought he was gonna be. Yo, who was that? Of course. The most useful character in the entire show. Yes, mate! That's the strength you need. Everyone trying to hit him on the back and he's doing nothing. And then this guy. Oh, he's done. Yeah. Another death. And that's her brother, right? Jesus, he didn't let him go. That's brutal! Claw his hands off and do something. Another one down. Yep. Miss Fair. She's a badass. I love her. Damn. Another one down. I only do have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think 6 characters left. I don't want to sound harsh, but like, why were they taking a stand anyway? Let's take a stand against the zombies, and now one of you's dead because why? What was the? You could have just kept running, taking cover somewhere. No, oh, I don't know.
아무 의미 없이 죽지 마요.
He died a meaningless death. You didn't need to fight those zombies. You had time.
도망갈 시간 충분해요. 나도 좀비들 닥치는 대로 없앴지만.
So go then. She just said if you.
죽였으면 미안하다고 말이라도 해야 인간이야, 씨발.
What? Sometimes it's stress. I feel like I'll be disagreed with. I don't think they need to fight. I didn't think they needed to fight those zombies.
먹어.
Yeah, do you not do it at this point? Eat half of them.
먹어. 다 먹어버려.
I give you permission to eat at least 2 of those characters. She's gonna run away because she knows she's on the verge of like actually starting to eat them. Oh.
땀나요.
I mean, she's eating zombies. No, she's got to eat something. Nice. Bro, you gotta do it. You can't. You're not gonna kill her with one hit. Just do it. Oh my god, I hesitated. Like I was gonna let her get bit. Oh, it's actually just like Train to Busan. On the train track or the barricade. Yeah, they all went out. Like a badass to be fair, seeing that little montage. I mean, a couple didn't really, but for the most part.
하고 싶은 말 있으면 해봐.
I fell over 5 times.
우리 왜 그랬어요?
Ha! Oh yeah, he'd be pissed about that.
나 다시는 어른들한테 아무 부탁 안 할 거예요.
Fez.
그러니까 나한테 어떤 협조도 부탁하지 마세요.
Yeah, I respect it. I'm like, fuck off. He literally abandoned us all. 3 months later. Damn. 4 months later then. They're either going to end it with like a zombie coming out and like biting someone, or it's done.
잘못 봤을 수도 있지만 확실히 본 것 같아.
They're going to go investigate.
그랬거든. 우리 다시 만나.
Oh right, okay, so it's
꼭 다시 모닥불 피우자.
going to be her.
오늘 가보려고.
같이 가자.
This is a good idea, I don't know. She's got to like live out in the wilderness for her entire life.
혼자 그날 미안해.
뭐가?
Oh, because he hesitated.
남나라도
Yep.
물려고 했을
What? What's she seen? Oh, the whole cruiser. Right. Thought this was something bad.
괜찮겠어?
갈 거야.
Why? You'll fall over.
가자.
It's like... Oh, they're walking really slow. Don't fall over, please. Haribo, good choice.
저기. 어? 저기 진짜 학교 같은데?
They can't escape this school. They always end up back there in one of these rooms. Come on, it's gotta be her, surely. So many good memories on this rooftop.
몰라. 근데 알 것 같아.
Oh. Oh.
왔냐?
헌정.
Press. Yeah.
남나야.
What's she been eating though? What? What's happened to her eye? Her eye's fine.
반장.
나 아직도 반장이야?
She's smiling and everything. She's buzzing. Like a new person.
좋다.
아니야. 우리랑 같이 있자.
She can't stay with you.
우리끼리만 괜찮아.
Oh, like out in the wilderness.
나 다시 올게.
Who's back? What's going on? Well, there are loads of other half zombie, half human people. Oh, okay, damn. Just leapt on over that. Is this like the big tease for season 2? Let's see what she's on about. What? What's that? You've ended there. What the fuck? The most random ending ever. What was that? You didn't tell us anything. What? That's the end of the season. I mean, it's clear they're open for a season 2 because they didn't. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of that ending. I just felt I could either wrap it up in the first season or leave it very clearly open for season 2. But they've very clearly done this very ominous, like, oh, we might not get a season 2, so it could end here. But also, I don't know. Yeah, I don't like. And my thing is, I don't know if they were to do a second season, would it really be another 12 episodes? What can they really do? I guess we'll see. I feel like this is popular enough where they will get a second season because I see like it's number 1 in the UK for basically 4 or 5 days, and it's still in the top 10, and people saying it's really popular on Netflix as well. So I see it probably getting a season 2. I would have been happy if it was just 1 season, but I'm fine. I'll be there for season 2. I think this season was good enough where I would join back and see where these characters kind of end up, but I wouldn't go in season 2 with the highest of hopes, to be honest. Depending how many episodes it is. If they go, yeah, we're doing a second season and it's going to be 6 episodes, that'll be great. I'm sure that'll be great. But if they go, yeah, it's going to be a second season and it's 12 episodes again and they're all an hour each again, I'm not going to have the highest of hopes. We shall see, because it didn't even really give us a clear answer on if zombies are still around. I mean, she leapt over and said, oh, they're here, so. But are they just other people who have been bitten and are immune as well? Because that's not really that interesting. I don't really know why that was a reason why they couldn't have just showed us what she was doing. What were the comments on Tribe? So yeah, I think this was a good final episode. I wasn't blown away by it or anything. Yeah, what happened to the character who had been bullied and then got captured by the government? Where's she? Did they kill her? Are they testing on her? Like, we didn't see what happened to her. So there's quite a few characters we just didn't really see where they were after that time jump. So I guess that'll be kind of nice to see, but I guess they ran out of time. Not really. I guess they've had episodes where it's an hour and 10, so they could have spent more time showing us where certain characters were, but maybe they want to wait until season 2 for that. So yeah, overall it was a good ending. We kind of had them just running through the city. We lost another character who didn't actually need to die, and then they got to the checkpoint, did a 4-month time skip. Seems like the virus is done. They're like wrapping it up, and she's living on the rooftop, and they went to find her. I don't think there was much that really happened within the hour there. It was kind of just a simmer down. We had a really big episode of episode 11, and episode 12 was just simmering down and ending, and then doing a bit of a time jump, and that was kind of really it. So I think it was a good episode. I'd give it probably like a base 7 out of 10. I wasn't that blown away. The last episode was way better than this episode. If anything, I'd argue this is one of the more weaker episodes of the season. I don't know. I just felt like it was just like dead basic. It was a really basic episode. It was just them. Like, what really happened? They walked through the woods, walked through the city, lost someone, got to a checkpoint, time skip, found her on the rooftop, and she leapt over the rooftop, and it just ended. That was really it. I don't know. I don't think that's like the most interesting journey that the characters have been on So, not really much to say other than if they get a season 2, I'll be there no matter what. Anyways, I'll you know, like I said, these characters are really what held this show together for me. I don't think it was the story really, or like even really some of the action scenes. It was definitely the characters were a group, like I said at the start, that I just kind of grew towards as time went on. And I'll do a character tier list where we'll talk more about the characters, of course, but for me, they were by far the best parts of this season. And like, best scenes for me were just like the campfire scene, the chocolate bar scene, like little fun scenes like that. It wasn't even so much like when they were being chased by zombies, even though there were some, like in the library, for example, when the guy was running on the bookshelves. Like, that was a really intense scene when he was leading them all up the stairs and had them all fly down the elevator. Like, there were some really good, intense zombie action scenes, even when that SWAT team went in and they were clearing out that mall, which I wish that scene went on a bit longer. I could have had another 3 or 4 minutes of that scene. I thought that would have been great, but yeah, for the most part. But then there was also a lot of scenes with the zombies that was just very by the books and very boring. Might be a strong word, because I was never bored. I was never bored by this season, but there was definitely some scenes with the zombies that were just, it wasn't new. It was like a scene we'd seen a billion times before. Which is, you know, there's zombies, I get it, but it's also a TV show. You go, like, I'll give that to The Walking Dead. As boring as it is now, I feel like in the first 6 seasons, when they had like a scene with a zombie coming in or something, they'd find new and inventive ways to make it intense and interesting. Like, they'd always mix up how they killed the zombies. So, and then obviously you had the story of like the human aspect of that show anyway. Whereas this, I felt like every time they killed a zombie, it's just the same way they'd killed every other zombie. Again, makes sense within the world of this show because they have basic weapons. I'm just saying, in terms of watching it for a TV show, it doesn't always make for the most entertaining scenes. But overall, I'd give this episode a 7 out of 10, and I'd give season 1 a, I think, 7.2 out of 10. I think, you know, a low 7 for me. I don't think it was quite, you know, as poor as like a 6 or something, even though 6 is still a decent rating. I see 6 out of 10 as like, always have as decent. I'd say it was good. It just got into the good mark for me because of these characters and because of the scenes like sharing stories around the campfire, like I said, and even the action scenes when it was like fighting the bully, like those were actually well choreographed, and you know, the show wasn't afraid to, for better or for worse, to kill off a lot of its characters, which I did like in some way. And yeah, I'm not that impressed with that ending, but I will come back if they end up doing a second season. If they don't, if somehow, I don't see it getting cancelled, but if it does get cancelled, then this was a fun show to watch that I enjoyed. It's kind of been one of those that I'll look back on, I think at the end of the year, as like, oh yeah, All of Us Are Dead, that was a good show. I enjoyed that, but it won't be one for me that stands out as one of the best shows I've watched this entire year. Like I said, we've got like The Last of Us and The Lord of the Rings, we've got Euphoria, there's some shows that are up there. Whereas this, it wasn't on the level of like Elite season 4 or 5 or whatever that was. It was not even close to being bad. It was actually a really good show, so I'm happy with season 1. 7.2 out of 10. Thanks for watching, guys. I really do appreciate everyone who's kind of stuck around. I know it's taken quite a while to get, I say quite a while, I've done one every day, but it's taken a week and a bit to get through this entire show, which is fine. Like I said, I didn't want this to be a show that I felt the need to binge through anyway. And I think the next Korean show I might do is one called My Name. I think that's what it's called. A lot of people are... Yeah, it came out in October of last year, so it's... You know, I'm quite behind on it, but it's only 8 episodes long. I think it's a bit more of a mystery. It's not like a zombie outbreak or anything, so that's the one that people have recommended in the comments that I need to get to. And I remember getting a few comments for this show when it first came out as well, so if that's something people are interested in, let me know. If not, then I won't bother, but I have heard good things about it, so maybe if I don't react to it, I'll just watch it on camera or something. But thanks for watching, guys. Keep a check out on the channel because we'll have a character tier list going up in the next day or two. Really appreciate everyone watching this, and I'll see you next time, whenever that might be. Until then, take care. Peace.